Boom! Pheasant! Pinkie exclaimed. Ow. Oh, it hurts to laugh. Rarity sighed. Well, I'm up for trying anything once, darling. Pinkie Pie paused. Okay, now you're just doing it on purpose. Rainbow Dash trotted in front of Pinkie and pulled with all her might as Rarity stood up on her hind legs and pushed Pinkie Pie's posterior with all her might. Soon, Pinkie Pie found herself being pushed and pulled into Rainbow Dash's stomach as Rarity continued to apply pressure from the back. Flappable, Pinkie cried as she felt herself being pressed between the two other ponies. What in tarnation is going on here? Rarity and Rainbow Dash ceased their pushing and pulling and looked to see Applejack gawking at the scene in front of her. Rarity's face flushed and crimson as her eyes escaped contact with Applejack's piercing stare. It's not what it looks like, dearie. Rainbow Dash shook her head. Nope, completely different, she insisted. Applejack raised an eyebrow. Well, it looks like Pinkie got herself tied up in a mess when she licked a pole that was colder than a cider circle. Oh, Rarity replied, her cheeks returning to their normal white cells. Then it's exactly what it looks like. Rainbow Dash nodded. Yep, right on the money. Is Sadie Pony going to hit me like this? Applejack smiled. Now, don't you fret, Pinkie. We'll get y'all there. Lickety-split. She looked at Rarity, then Rainbow Dash. Have you tried pull? Did that first, Rainbow Dash said. Oh, well then, how about push? You tried that second, dear, Rarity said. Prying? Wouldn't it make more sense just to ask Princess Celestia for help directly? Please, no, Pinkie exclaimed in a panicked tone. Not praying, Applejack exclaimed. Prying. Let's wedge something under that tongue to get it loose. That's a great idea. Applejack smiled. Great. I'll just go see if any pony around here has a knife or a metal spatula we can borrow in. That's a terrible idea. AJ? Rainbow Dash said. Metal is what got us into this problem in the first place. Rarity spoke up. And I think if we use a knife, there's a good chance we might cut instead of pry. Applejack frowned. Well, shoot. I'm plumb out of ideas then. A butter-colored Pegasus trotted up to the group of mares standing about the pole. Girls? Fluttershy said, I think this girl was trying to help make things more interesting at the gingerbread booth with his magic, but, all the gingerbread ponies, little coats, and fillies have started to eat, screamed, and are begging to be put out of their misery. So, all the foals are crying, and I don't know. Pinkie turned and shot Fluttershy a piercing glare with her sky blue eyes. That song is stuck to this stupid pole. Oh my, Fluttershy cried as she stared at her friend in concern. Have you tried pull? Did that, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, and Applejack all answered. Oh, then, how about push? Did that too. The choir of ponies replied. Fluttershy's face lit up. How about pulling and pushing at the same time? Didn't work. Nope, Pinkie said. Fluttershy's face turned pale as her ears flopped to the ground around her head. Well then, maybe we can try picking? The other ponies exchanged glances, then looked back at Fluttershy. Pray tell, how does that work? Fluttershy swallowed and shook her head. I don't know, I panicked. Girls! A purple alicorn cried as she galloped up to the group. I need your assistance at the gingerbread stand. I helped pacify the children, but the gingerbread ponies won't stop. Twilight trailed off as she probed the scene around with her eyes. Why is Pinkie's tongue stuck to that pole? Pinkie sighed heavily. This is just pity. This is exactly what I was. Sorry, Princess, Rainbow Dash said as she motioned towards Pinkie. We've got a problem here too. Fluttershy nodded. Those poor petrified pony foals will just have to be patient. Hey, Pinkie said in a protesting tone. That's in my sick. The other ponies paused. Anyway, Twilight said, have you tried push? Yes! Rainbow Dash cried. For the love of Celestia, we've tried or suggested all the P words. You tried pickle juice? Twilight asked in surprise. Pickle juice? The other ponies exclaimed. Twilight nodded. Yeah, it has a freezing point much lower than water. It should thaw Pinkie's tongue right off, and she'll be free. Boo! No? Twilight said as she shot Pinkie a perplexed look. But the pickle stand is just a head pickle. It's very Pinkie, Applejack began. I think in this particular case, y'all better make an exception. No, this is my life now, Pinkie proclaimed. I'll just live stuck to this pole until I die. Hey, laddies, a young male voice called out. What up? The girls turned as Spike walked up to the group. Pinkie mouthed. Just invite all of you questions who can sell tickets. Whoa! Spike exclaimed as he processed Pinkie's predicament. Is Pinkie stuck? You know I can... Not now, Spike, Twilight said. We're preparing a plan to part Pinkie Pie from the precarious problem she's in, and pony feathers, you all have me performing it too. Spike smiled slightly and rolled his eyes as he strode up closer to the pole, inhaled deeply, then exhaled. The air wobbled as Spike's hot breath was pushed from his lips. The snow around the pole began to melt, and soon Pinkie's tangled tongue began to unravel, snapping back into the pink pony's mouth. Ouchies! Pinkie exclaimed. She inhaled an enormous volume of air. Spike, you did it! She cried as she flung her forelegs about and wrapped them around the purple dragon. Spike chuckled. "'Twarn't nothing," he said. Twilight smiled. Well, Spike, I'm sorry I doubted you. Nice thinking. Good work, little buddy. Awesome job, dude. Marvelous performance, darling. Good job, Fluttershy said meekly. Now, if you'll excuse me, Pinkie began as she parted from Spike and started to happily pronk along away on all four legs at a prompt pace. I believe somebody said something about gingerbread men. Twilight's eyes went wide. Pinkie, wait! The purple princess cried as she placed a forehoof into the air. Tiny screams of pure pain rang out, only to be drowned out by the shrieks of panic-struck foals. Oh my, Fluttershy uttered. Twilight sighed and shook her head. Any pony have any premeditated procedures to support off-put pony progeny? The pony pack all turned and peered at Spike, prepared that the pint-sized purple biped perhaps had a perceptive proposal. Spike simply shrugged. Pyromania? Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this fun comedy fic that I read. My voice has been really suffering lately. I think it's partly because of the changing weather, maybe something to do with all the screaming I've been doing. But I can't reach I mean, now it's not so bad because I can reach a certain point, but when I woke up this morning, it was beyond terrible. Like, I couldn't reach anything above this. This was as high as I could go in the morning, this morning. But now I can speak relatively normally, with the only exception being higher tones, like this is what happens when I try to say something in a high-pitched tone, and you might hear that in some of the readings. So I do apologize, as some of the voices might be a bit monotone, but what can I do? Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed it. It's a welcome change, I think, to the onslaught of porn, not porn, club fix that I've been reading. Something different, and change is usually good. I hope you enjoyed again, and until next time, bye bye.